Hey, what is up, YouTube? It is Christine here. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm not sure if anybody's up and awake and on here, but I figured I would pop on. I wanted to say hello, and I wanted to let you guys know that I will be doing a nutrition Q&A. I am still up. Hey, Sarah, or Savannah. I'm actually getting ready for the nutrition seminar this Saturday in New York. Hey, Carla, Maria, welcome, welcome. Hey, Jennifer. Hello, and I had a little bit of time, and I'm still with my grind on. Leslie, Natasha, Faith, Melissa, hello. So, thank you. Oh, you got your tickets for the seminar? Awesome. I look forward to meeting you. So I thank you guys for commenting on my post in the YouTube community section. And I decided I'm probably going to start doing weekly Q&As on Wednesdays. Thank you. And I want to let you guys know for the New York event this Saturday, Athleta is one of the sponsors, and they actually gave me this top. And the thing I like about it is it's like nice for like business casual. Oh, I appreciate that, Devin. It's like business casual, but they also have like nice officey lifestyle-y things. Thank you, Keisha K. I had my hair touched up. My roots were growing in pretty hard, but they gave me like a conditioning treatment to like fix it and whatnot. But I'm here this evening to chat, and I wanted to know what questions you guys have. What do you want me to do? What would you guys like to talk about tonight? So I got some time. If you go over your fats for a day, 20 grams, should you go lower on carbs? If you go over your fats, I would make up for it the other days of the week. I wouldn't mess up your, I feel like you can't really take away from one or the other. Obviously try to not go over, but I would try to make up for it throughout the week. Or depending on how bad it is, I would either exercise a little bit more or just kind of go a little bit lower on average throughout the rest of the week. So you have to remember, your macros are, what happens in one day, think of it more of like averaging things out throughout the week. I think that that's a better way to go about it. Does it really burn fat? Does what really burn fat? Do the macros stay the same whether you exercise or not? Whether I give my clients different macros on training days versus non-training days. You sent your pictures for body type evaluation 3 times. Should you give it a rest? Where did you send your photos? If you sent them to bodytype@gagegirltraining.com, you should receive an email back in about 3 to 5 business days. However, check your spam folder. Some people gets caught in your spam. 30 carbs or less or low carb. I don't understand the context. You don't know your body type? If you don't know your body type, email us. bodytype@gagegirltraining.com. Okay, let's see here. You've watched the video on macros and the BMR, but you're still lost on how to take your calories per day and break that down for macros. So, Nasai, I want to answer that question. So, once you have your daily macros, okay, once you have your calories, you first break down your macros by breaking down your protein and fat. I've given guidelines for what ranges to set your protein and fat macros, and the carbs are the balance of that. So check out my video on how to calculate macros for that. Sorry, these questions are coming up so fast. Does drinking apple cider vinegar really burn fat? Drinking apple cider vinegar can help lower cortisol, which can suppress fat loss if your cortisol levels are high. It is scientifically proven. So will apple cider vinegar directly burn fat? No, but as a result, it will lower your cortisol levels. If your cortisol levels are lower, therefore your stress is lower, your body will be able to utilize, your body won't be cut off from burning fat. Are kombuchas okay to drink during your programs? I would say yes. I don't necessarily recommend kombucha, but I would say it's okay as long as you keep it within your macros. Can weight loss reduce neck pain? Not necessarily unless you have a really heavy head. It sounds like really crazy, but it can certainly help. But if you have neck pain, you may want to see a specialist for that. Does it really matter what you eat as long as you are eating in a deficit to lose weight? It does matter. You want to make sure that you're eating within your macronutrients so that you're getting the right amount of micronutrients as well as just overall nutrients. Eating your total calories is not enough. How do I feel about weight loss pills prescribed from doctors? I think that for those who are either morbidly obese or have specific health conditions or competing medications, I think it's perfectly fine. But for others, I would not advise that. Why can't cellulite go away even if you go down to 100 pounds? Because it's all about body fat levels. It's all about body fat. You can be 100 pounds, you can weigh 100 pounds but have no muscle and have fat. You would need to reduce your body fat, increase your lean muscle mass if you really want to see your cellulite go away. Apple cider vinegar actually curbs your appetite, and it does do that, Kyla. How do you count your macros? You want to lose weight and you haven't been able to work out because you have a hip tear? Check out my video, Jennifer Pacheco, on how to calculate your macros for fat loss. I have an excellent tutorial on how to do so. Some days you are under in your calories, but you're not hungry. Is it okay to meet your daily intake, or is it okay to not eat? As far as that goes, this question is by Erica Dudas. I encourage you to prioritize hitting your protein macros, but if you are uncomfortably full, I would rather have you go a little bit lighter on your carbohydrates first, but hit all your protein fats. Obviously try to hit your fats as well. Are macros and exercise different for 50 plus women? Your BMR will be a little bit different, Christine Williams, and as a result of that, your calorie level will be different, but it will be accounted for in your basal metabolic rate. What's the easiest way to hit your macros each day specifically? You're struggling. Meal plan. Follow a meal plan. You don't have to guess. Prep all the food. Best foods for a six-pack. There is no specific food that's going to help you get a six-pack. You need to be in a caloric deficit. You need to be burning fat. There is no specific food that's going to help you with a six-pack. You're done with your first custom meal plan and you're still losing weight. Should you purchase a new custom meal plan or should you stick to the same macros? If you are still losing weight and if you are still dropping inches in your physique, I would say keep going. Keep following it until you plateau. I'd say most people, this is for Maricela, most people will plateau after about 4 to 6 weeks, but it varies person to person. Some people won't plateau until 8 weeks. So if it's still working for you, by all means follow it, but I would encourage you to get a macro adjustment if you want to continue, or if you hit your goal, how to handle that afterwards. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions. Have I watched Thomas DeLauer? If so, what are my thoughts on women only doing a maximum 12-hour fast? Allie Wood. Allie Wood, I think that I've watched Thomas DeLauer. I think he has excellent content. And I think that there is some merit to women only doing a maximum 12-hour fast because women are more sensitive to starvation signals, and fasting for prolonged periods of time can have a hormonal impact. But I think that I've had clients who have successfully fasted 16 hours. I have had clients who have successfully fasted much longer. It's going to vary person to person. I think that's great advice as a general rule of thumb, but those limits can be pushed a little bit higher in different individuals. Is it normal to feel like hitting macros is sometimes a lot of food? Yes, it is sometimes. Sometimes it feels like a lot of food. Can you take pre-workout supplements like BCAA and proteins when you're overweight for fat loss? Yes, you can. You certainly can. Protein you can take anytime. But as far as BCAAs, I see BCAAs as something a little bit more performance-oriented. I wouldn't recommend BCAAs for the average everyday person trying to lose weight. I would say just get a good protein supplement. Oh my goodness, the questions are flowing. Thank you, guys. Keisha K says, I messed up on my keto diet and ate too many carbs. What happens to the fat I eat when trying to get back into ketosis? I'm not sure what you mean, but what happens to the fat that you eat? But you just have to pick up and get back into it. The fat that you eat will still be utilized for fuel. So you just want to keep on going with that. What are macros for low carb, but that is not keto? Idalia Velasquez, I actually have a 10-week low carb, high fat protocol. It has over 270 menus. I have differing low carb, high fat macro ratios that are not keto. And I would recommend that you look at that. It's a very effective program. What do I recommend for people that still need to lose more weight after 6-week shred? Do another shred or do your custom plan? For Kiva, I would say I would do another shred, but take the break in between the shreds where you reverse diet back up to the other macro ratios. I have to hold my finger down on the screen to hold the questions down. Oh my goodness. You guys have so many questions. Thank you though, I appreciate this. Is it possible to only lose weight on the stomach and not anywhere else? No, it is not. How would you know if you have truly plateaued? Christina Soriano, the answer to that is you will know if you've truly plateaued if you have not seen any changes in your waistline measurement for at least 3 weeks. I'm talking 0 budge on the waist, assuming you're doing everything 110%. Let's see here. What is the deal with gluten and dairy? Is it necessary to cut them out? Ali Marcus asks. The answer is no, it is not necessarily necessary to cut them out. You can eat gluten, you can eat, if you're not allergic to these things, don't remove them. You don't need to. I think that gluten and dairy have been sensationalized by the paleo diet, and I think that if you have to make a serious lifestyle change and you have a lot of weight to lose, doing an elimination diet, and I consider paleo to be an elimination diet because it says it just cuts out entire groups of food. By cutting out all gluten and all dairy, for the average person, if you have, more than 50 pounds to lose, you will lose weight naturally as a result of just being limited by food choices. So, it's not necessary to cut those out, but it's a great starting place for people who have substantial weight to lose. Oh my goodness, there's so many questions. Let me scroll through. Holy moly, all the questions. Let's see here. Where can you find my meal plans? On GageGirlTraining.com. Well, okay guys, so let's see here. Where do you start to lose weight? I recommend, hold on. I just had to block a troll. How much cardio per workout do you recommend for an endomorph with 50 pounds plus to lose? I recommend a minimum of 30 to 35 minutes. Minimum 30 to 35 minutes for an endo. You've been doing keto for 3 days and the keto sticks are at the darkest color. Is that bad? No, that's great, Carrie. That's great. How can you know that you have a sensitivity to gluten without a medical exam? What are some signs? I think that if you have a gluten intolerance, you will automatically feel indigestion, gas, discomfort, intestinal pain. You would know right away. You would know right away. It's kind of like, how do you know you have an allergic reaction to something? So, what kind of mindset should you have if you want to start losing weight? Thelma Chavez asks. That's an excellent question, and one that I think gets overlooked a lot. The type of mindset you should have if you want to lose weight is that of a patient persistence and with a mindset where you keep yourself in a mental place that I like to call the eternal present. If you go into a weight loss program or fat loss program that if you go into a weight loss or a fat loss program, a lot of people have this mindset that, am I there yet? Am I there yet? And as a result of that, it can make you very frustrated. It can make you very, it can make it really hard for some people to let go of a certain level of anxiety that people have when they start these programs, because if you're so focused on results, which is important, but if you're so focused on results to the point that it overwhelms you and makes you so anxious that you're not going to be able to have much success with your program. So I recommend giving yourself this mindset, being like, okay, accept the fact that it's going to take a while, accept the fact that you're doing the best you can, and as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day, every single day, and say, I've done my best, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. So I think that be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. And if there's anything else, that's all you can do. So don't rush it. Don't do that negative self-talk. But I definitely encourage you to have that patient mindset. How do you stay as consistent as a person that tends to be extreme, obsessive, and addictive? Pretty much all or nothing. I would say to you, the person who just asked that, 2, 1, to stay at that level of consistent, I encourage you to take on the mindset of do the best you can every day and take it one day at a time. I think that there's something to be said for, like that whole metaphor with like the tortoise and the hare. Be that tortoise. Be that person that just does the best that they can. You may not be working out for 2 hours every day, but if you can consistently do 30 minutes 5-6 times a week, and you can do it day after day after day, that's going to take you very far. So I encourage you to don't be obsessive, don't be addictive, but just do an amount that you can do comfortably and confidently every day. You have seen that Dr. Berg says when we count carbs that the non-starchy carbs should not be counted in the keto diet. That is correct, Bridget. And the reason you don't count non-starchy carbs is because the keto diet relies on your net carbs. So non-starchy carbs are going to have fiber, and fiber does not cause your body to have a spike in insulin. It just passes through your small intestine, and as a result, he's correct in what he's saying there. What type of supplements do I suggest for women over 50 who are physically active and eat well, but are still losing muscle mass? So the number one thing I recommend for a woman over 50 is to make sure you're getting your protein in. Make sure you're getting at least 0.8 grams of protein per pound body mass, assuming you're on a non-ketogenic diet. I recommend a multivitamin as well as something for joint health. Do I think jumping rope is a good way to lose weight? Yes, I think it's a great way to lose weight. I think anything that's going to get your heart rate up is definitely good. The fat percent BMR gives me 1315 calories with a TDEE of 1800 calories a day when you subtract 500, but it puts you down to BMR calories. You feel that that's too low for a 5'5", 200. Okay, so this person, Cry Jess V, that doesn't sound correct. So if you're 5'5" and 200 pounds, it does not sound, your BMR does not sound correct. I recommend a consultation with that. It's kind of hard to go through those detailed calculations with you. Do I have a favorite diet program, keto, balance, etc.? I think that's an excellent question, Alice in Wonderland. I'm a big fan of the ketogenic diet because I love the food. I love the way it makes me feel. However, balanced approaches are definitely good, but I really like the food on keto. Oh my goodness, there's so many questions. Nikki Fearledge. Is it possible for your metabolism to adjust to a higher calorie count if your workouts are on point? Absolutely. You want to be more fueled for your workouts but not gain fat. You can certainly adjust your metabolism by eating higher calories, 100%. Hi, Shanice. I'm glad that you are here live too. Yes, Cry Jess. I am actually opening up my consults. I will have some openings, so probably in the next 24 to 48 hours, if for those of you who wanted to order online coaching with me or a consultation, you guys will know that I had those on back order for several weeks just because I couldn't take on any more clients. And I will be opening that up probably either by the end of this week or Monday. So there will be some spots opening up, so you can definitely get on if you would like to. How did I deal with my first menstrual cycle while I was on keto? And this is by Julie Cervantes. I did not have any issues with that on keto, nor have I ever. Even when I was doing contest prep, I've never not gotten my period. I just never have had that experience. I wish, but I haven't. Hey Jackie, how are you? Rose Burt says that Dr. Berg says not to eat more than 3 to 6 grams of animal protein per meal. What is my take? I believe I've watched that video, and I believe he has specifically stated don't eat any more than 3 to 6 ounces of animal protein per meal. I think that's a good general guideline. However, I would take a more macros-based approach, but I think that guideline is suitable for most people trying to live a healthy lifestyle. Amelia Curie says she wants a consultation with me, but she's not in the US. Is that a problem? No, that is not a problem. We could Skype, and we could do Skype, or the other one I've been doing recently. It's called IMO. Do I have my own program? Yes. Am I doing vegan bikini coaching? Yes, I have done vegan bikini coaching. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you guys. So that's all I have time for this evening, you guys. I appreciate you guys joining me this evening. I'm going to plan to make Wednesday. I have to firm up the exact time, but Wednesday is my Q&A days with you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening, you all. And I would love to see you guys at the New York event this Saturday. So please come join us for the Mastering Macros seminar. It's going to be a very great content-filled time. I look forward to meeting you all. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So take care, you guys. Have a fantastic evening. Bye.